A, work out 2/3, take away 1/5. When you are adding or subtracting fractions, you need to firstly get them having a common denominator, okay? So what that means is these two numbers here need to be the same in order for us to deal with the numerator. So the easiest thing to do is to multiply these two numbers. There are instances where you can find a lower common multiple than just multiplying these two numbers. So for example, if you had 3/4 plus 7/12, multiplying them would give you a common denominator of 48, which is fine, you can do that, but actually you can have a lower common multiple here of just 12 because that's already done for you and that goes into 12. But this one here, 15, is the lowest common multiple of these two numbers, so 3 times 5 is 15. So that is my common denominator. That's going to be my common denominator for this question. So what I've done is times 3 times by 5, and I've got 15. So now you say to yourself, what have you multiplied 3 by to get 15? I've multiplied it by 5. So I must do the same to the 2 here. 2 multiplied by 5 gives me 10. What have I done to the 5 here? To get to 15, I've multiplied it by 3. So I must do the same to the 1 here, times it by 3 to give me 3. And then what are you doing in the final step? Well, you are subtracting the numerators. Pay attention, is it add or subtract? It's subtract. So you just can simply, now that you've got a common denominator, you can simply subtract the numerators. So 10 take away 3 is 7, so your answer is 7/15. Part B, work out 2/3 multiplied by 3/4. Give your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. Okay, so multiplying is actually the easiest of the fraction operations. You literally multiply across the top like this and multiply across the bottom like so. So multiplying 2 by 3 you get 6, multiplying 3 by 4 you get 12, but then it asks us to give our answer in its simplest form, so I'm going to divide by the highest common factor to get to its simplest form, and the highest common factor here is 6, because 6 goes into 6 and 6 goes into 12. So 6 into 6 goes once, 6 into 12 go twice, so my answer is a half. Another way that you might have been taught is as follows. So I'm going to rewrite the original question. The other thing that you might have been taught is this, where you're cancelling common factors. So 2 goes into 4. 2 goes into 4 twice. So 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice, and then you just repeat what I just did a second ago. So you're multiplying across the top, 1 multiplied by 3, and you're multiplying across the bottom, 3 multiplied by 2, and you can see that actually that gives us a more simplified version, but not fully simplified. So 1 multiplied by 3 gives you 3, and 3 multiplied by 2 gives you 6. And then you can break it down to a half. The other thing you could have done is as follows. Just realised you could have cancelled common factors the other way as well. So you could have cancelled this to be 1 and this to be 2. You could also have cancelled this and this. And look, it just pops out 1 over 2. Now please note, you can only do this cancelling business when you are multiplying fractions. Okay, you can only do that when you're multiplying fractions. Please don't do it when you're dividing or adding or subtracting. Okay, so your answer there was a half.